Have you ever wondered what kind of laws exist in the United States that make you go, wait, seriously? Today we're diving into 10 of the weirdest, strangest, most head-scratching laws that are still technically on the books in the United States. We're talking about the kind of laws that seem like they were dreamed up by a bored town council after one too many cups of coffee. Laws that make you wonder about the stories behind them. Like, what happened that made someone say, you know what, we need a law against that! So buckle up, because we're about to take a wild ride through the legal system and explore 10 bizarre laws that'll leave you wondering just how these made it onto the books in the first place. Some of these are hilarious. Others will make you question reality. Let's get into it. We're starting our journey in Alabama, a state known for its southern hospitality, sweet tea, and apparently a deep-seated fear of fake mustaches in church. In Alabama, it's illegal to wear a fake mustache in church if it causes laughter. I guess someone, somewhere decided that disrupting a sermon with a prop mustache was a bridge too far. Can you imagine getting arrested for giggling with a fake mustache in church? Sorry, officer, this thing just tickles my nose and the sermon was just so moving. It's a law that's more likely to elicit a chuckle than a citation, but it just goes to show that truth is often stranger than fiction. Next up, we're heading west to Arizona, where the sun is hot, the desert is vast, and apparently, donkeys aren't allowed to enjoy a relaxing soak in the tub. That's right, folks. In Arizona, it's illegal to let your donkey sleep in a bathtub. Back in the 1920s, there was a massive flood in Arizona. A donkey, seeking refuge from the rising waters, decided that a nearby bathtub looked like a pretty good spot to wait out the storm. Unfortunately, the floodwaters had other plans, and the donkey and tub were swept away. The rescue efforts were quite the spectacle, and it left the town with a hefty bill and a strong aversion to donkeys using their bathtubs. So if you're ever in Arizona with your trusty donkey companion, you might want to stick to the kiddie pool. Hold on to your hamburgers and brace yourselves for this one, folks, because we're about to delve into the world of pickle regulations. In Connecticut, a pickle isn't legally a pickle unless it bounces. Yes, you heard me correctly, bounces. The story goes back to 1948, when two pickle entrepreneurs tried to pull a fast one on unsuspecting customers. They were selling cucumbers disguised as pickles, but these cucumbers hadn't gone through the proper fermentation process. To expose this pickle-related fraud, a simple test was devised, the bounce test. If a pickle, when dropped from a reasonable height, bounced, it was deemed a true pickle. So, the next time you find yourself in Connecticut, be sure to test your pickles. Because in the nutmeg state, only bouncing pickles are worthy of the name. Our next stop takes us to Indiana, where apparently having a mustache and a penchant for kissing can land you in hot water. Yes, you heard me correctly. In Indiana, it's illegal to have a mustache if you habitually kiss other humans. This law raises more questions than it answers. What in the world constitutes habitual kissing? Is there a kissing police squad patrolling the streets, measuring mustaches and monitoring smooches? And what about those with a 5 o'clock shadow? Is that considered a mustache? In Indiana, it's probably best to err on the side of caution when it comes to facial hair and public displays of affection. So if you're a mustachioed individual in Indiana, you might want to consider investing in a good razor or a pair of really fast-running shoes. Ah, Florida, the Sunshine State, known for its beautiful beaches, vibrant nightlife, and apparently its aversion to musical swimwear. That's right, folks, in Sarasota, Florida, it's illegal to sing while wearing a swimsuit. Imagine you're lounging on the sand, feeling the rhythm of the waves, and inspiration strikes. You launch into a soulful rendition of Under the Boardwalk, only to be apprehended by the fun police. It's a tough break for beach-loving vocalists, but hey, at least you can still work on your tan in peace. Just try not to hum too loudly. You don't want to attract the attention of the swimsuit police. Hold on to your steering wheels, folks, because we're about to delve into the world of automotive regulations, where clean tires reign supreme. In Minnesota, it's illegal to drive a car with dirty tires. The law itself doesn't delve into specifics, but it's safe to say that if your tires resemble something you'd find on a monster truck after a mud bogging competition, you might want to give them a good scrub. The logic behind this law is actually pretty sound. Dirty tires can track mud and debris onto the roads, creating hazardous driving conditions. So while it might seem like a bit of an overreach, this law is really just Minnesota's way of keeping its roads safe and its citizens' tires sparkling clean. Prepare yourselves, folks, because we're about to enter a realm where hygiene takes a back seat to, well, I'm not even sure what. Our journey takes us to Kentucky, where at one point in its colorful history, there was a law suggesting that women couldn't bathe more than once a year. Yes, you heard me correctly. Once a year, as in 364 days between baths. Imagine the smell. But hey, maybe that's why Kentucky is known for its bourbon. You gotta do something to mask the aroma, right? Thankfully, this law is about as outdated as a rotary phone and is no longer enforced. But it just goes to show that sometimes, truth is stranger than fiction, and that the history of hygiene is a wild and wacky ride. Get ready to cluck your tongues in disbelief, folks, because this next law is so absurd, it's almost poultry in motion. Our journey takes us to Quitman, Georgia, where apparently chickens lack a fundamental right, the right to cross the road. That's right, in Quitman, it's illegal for a chicken to cross the road. This law isn't some kind of bizarre attempt to control the avian population's movements. It's actually meant to hold chicken owners responsible for their feathery friends. Chickens running amok in the streets was a real problem in Quitman, causing traffic jams and general havoc. So the town council decided to nip this problem in the bud by making it illegal for chickens to cross the road. Hold on to your picnic baskets, folks, because we're about to enter a world where common sense prevails, and bear wrestling is a big no-no. Our journey takes us to Missouri, where the Show Me State shows us that it's not afraid to state the obvious: no bear wrestling allowed. That's right, in Missouri, it's illegal to engage in any form of bear wrestling. This law was put in place to protect both humans and bears from the dangers of this barbaric practice. So, if you're ever in Missouri and feeling the urge to wrestle a bear, do yourself and the bear a favor and just don't. Shh, listen closely, folks, because we're about to enter a realm of hushed tones and silent sanctuaries. Our final stop takes us to Delaware, where apparently the walls have ears, especially within the hallowed halls of a church. That's right. In Delaware, whispering in church is considered a big no-no. The logic behind this law is that whispering can be disruptive to others who are trying to focus on the service. So, if you ever find yourself in a Delaware church and need to communicate with your neighbor, you might want to resort to sign language or telepathy. Just don't even think about whispering. Those walls have ears, remember? From bouncing pickles to outlawed beach karaoke, these weird laws show just how quirky and oddly specific legal systems can be. Most of them aren't really enforced today, but they're still written down in state books. They're like little glimpses into the past, reminding us that history is full of surprises, and that sometimes the laws that govern our lives are just plain bizarre. But hey, that's what makes America so great, right? Our diversity, our quirks, our ability to laugh at ourselves, even when it comes to our laws. So, the next time you're feeling a little down, just remember, at least you don't live in a world where you can get arrested for singing in a swimsuit, or letting your donkey sleep in the bathtub. Which law shocked you the most? Or did your state make the list? Drop a comment below and let us know. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fun facts and curious content every week. Stay weird, stay curious, and we'll see you in the next video.